A lot of people ask me, can hypnosis really help with irritable bowel syndrome? I'm Dr. Richard Nongard, a certified professional hypnotist. It is important to note I'm not a medical doctor. I'm a university professor and a licensed psychotherapist who provides clients self-hypnosis and stress management training, and that is what this program is all about. I'm not providing a treatment for IBS, but rather I'm teaching you strategies that the literature shows can impact the distress you feel because of the gut-brain connection. A leading controlled trial of hypnosis was published in The Lancet in 1984, and it concluded the hypnosis patient showed a dramatic improvement in all features, the difference between the two groups being highly significant. In the hypnosis groups, no relapses were recorded during the 3-month follow-up period, and no substitution symptoms were observed. It's also important to point out that stress does not cause irritable bowel syndrome, but that because of the gut-brain connection, stress control does have a profound impact on the distress that people with IBS experience. The research is in. Those who learn self-hypnosis and mindfulness meditation techniques and autogenic training often find relief from distressing IBS symptoms, including cramps, constipation, diarrhea, feelings of unfinished bowel movements, and other distressing symptoms. It is also important to note that while the research shows profound success with hypnosis and IBS, your results may vary, and that because this program is not a substitute for medical diagnosis or treatment, you should continue any recommendations and treatments your physician has prescribed until such a time as they instruct you differently. It's also important to note that your individual results may vary from those in study groups. This is because various factors, including whether or not you practice the principles in these sound files regularly, and whether or not you complete all of the sessions provided, and of course, the unique nature of your body and your ability to learn the strategies included in these sessions will all impact the results that you have. But you've purchased this program, which means something important. You are ready to remove distress and discomfort from your life and have already taken action. For many clients, that willingness makes all the difference in moving from a place of despair to a place of comfort. This first session will focus on a basic process of self-hypnosis and learning the basics of both autogenic training and mindfulness. Studies have documented that these are skills that can be taught, and that when clients learn mindfulness-based stress reduction, autogenic training, and other methods of self-hypnosis, they can significantly reduce the severity of irritable bowel syndrome complaints. This program is about the methods backed by research, and these methods are both hypnotic methods that you may have already heard of. And our first session will incorporate both of these ideas into a self-hypnosis session with the goal of teaching you these skills. For many, when practiced, these skills alone can provide substantial relief. And so begin by finding a comfortable place where you can practice these methods. You'll find that by setting aside some time to listen to the sound file uninterrupted, you will have a higher level of benefit. So pause this recording if needed and turn off your cell phone, close the door, and let others know that you will need some time uninterrupted. I prefer that people learn self-hypnosis, autogenic training, and mindfulness-based strategies while sitting in a comfortable chair, with the hands and feet uncrossed and the arms resting on either the armrest or the lap. It's perfectly okay at any time to adjust for comfort during the session. This won't disturb you. In fact, it'll actually help you to feel more comfortable and make it easier to follow any instructions. So feel free to move during our session in a way that's beneficial to you. There's also not a right or wrong way to experience hypnosis. For some, it might feel like a deep, dreamlike state where they really don't listen to all of the words, but rather experience a process. For others, you'll be aware of each and every word that I use, paying close attention to the feeling and the process. Either way is fine. What is most important is not that you have an experience that matches a perception of hypnosis created by Hollywood, but rather that you've dedicated yourself to learning something new. Now that you've found a comfortable place to practice this self-hypnosis session, close the eyes and bring all of your attention to your breathing in and breathing out. You'll also notice some light music in the background. This is designed to help you relax further and to enjoy this experience by creating sounds to reinforce the subconscious learnings in this recording. It is amazing how we go through life never paying attention to our breathing, just doing it automatically, from the first day of life to the last of our days without ever really thinking about it. Because it's automatic and because wherever we go with us, we always have our breath with us, it makes a great focal point for learning mindfulness-based approaches to stress reduction. And so, just breathe. You do not need to slow down your breath or speed it up, nor do you need to breathe in any special way. Just breathe. But as you breathe, bring your awareness to your breath, almost as if you are observing your breath. Paying attention to what it really feels like to inhale and what it feels like to exhale. In fact, as you breathe in, you can even call the in-breath by its name. You can say to yourself, in. And as you breathe out, you can even say to yourself, out. Notice how by simply paying attention to the breath, you've directed your attention away from any thoughts of yesterday or concerns about tomorrow, and you've begun to become absorbed in this hypnotic process. As you continue to do this, the mind will think. You will have other thoughts. A lot of people think hypnosis or meditation is about clearing the mind of thoughts. But thinking is what our minds do. It is not a bad thing to think during this process, or to have awareness of physical feelings, or to even experience emotions as you breathe in and out listening to this file. The goal is not to shut off the mind or to stop thoughts, feelings, or emotions, but rather to give you a focal point to direct your attention when you do experience these things. And so continue to breathe in and breathe out, paying attention to the breath as it enters the nostril or the mouth, and following it as you inhale. Even noticing the place in the lungs where an inhale turns around and becomes an exhale. Each breath marks each moment, and by focusing on the breath, you are able to be fully present here in this resource state that you've created. As you breathe in and out, anytime you notice a thought, the mind thinking, a feeling, an emotion, or even a physical sensation in the muscles of the body, the belly, or even the skin, you don't have to try to stop that awareness. Instead, just use that awareness as an indicator that it's time to turn your attention back to the breath. You could say to yourself, oh, that was a thought. It's time to bring my attention back to the breath. Or, that was a sensation, and bring your attention back to the breath. Or, that was a feeling, and rather than following those things with the mind, mindlessness, simply use it as an indicator to bring your attention back to the breath, mindfulness. If you have to do this one time during our session or 100 times during the session, it doesn't matter. The value is in the practice of using the breath as a focal point and fully experiencing each moment. This is a basic strategy of mindfulness, returning your attention to the present. And you're doing just great by practicing that right now. You can even notice how, without effort or even trying, the breath has become both smooth and rhythmic, and the heart rate has become calm and regular. With each breath in and each breath out, release any tension that you're aware of in any of the muscles of your body. We often carry the tension of the day in the little tiny muscles of the face, the brow, the jaw. Go ahead and unclench the jaw. In the shoulders, the back, or the legs, you can even drop your shoulders and let your head sink back into the chair, or let your chin fall towards your chest, taking any weight off of your neck, relaxing the muscles of your neck, your shoulders, your back, and your arms. Any muscular tension in the belly, just release that tension. The buttocks, the thighs, the calves, the shins. Anywhere you are aware of that's holding tension, simply let those muscles sink safely into your supportive chair and comfortably relax away the tension of the day. You've already learned about mindfulness in this session. Now I'm going to help you relax even further and benefit from what we call autogenic training. It might sound fancy, but autogenic training just means creating from within. It is simply a way of creating sensations within your hands, your feet, within your solar plexus, and anywhere in the body. Do you know where the solar plexus is? The solar plexus is a spot right underneath the sternum and above the belly button. It's behind the stomach, and in athletics, they often call this the core. You've probably heard of core training. In core training, we note this as the center of our body's gravity. But in metaphysics, the solar plexus is that seat of nerves where some actually say the essence of our lives reside. So it's really pretty interesting. And I'm going to give you some suggestions for creating feelings within that bundle of nerves, within this center of gravity, and for learning a strategy to really control the way you feel. And I know that that will be tremendously helpful to you. And as you breathe in and breathe out, continue to pay attention to your breath. Focus all of your attention on the way it feels to breathe the air in and the way it feels to breathe the air out. This is your time to take a few minutes to learn something new. Something that's going to help you feel incredible. As you breathe in and breathe out, move your awareness from your breath to your hands. With the next breath in, as you exhale, follow the breath through the upper body, through the arms, through the forearms, and into the hands and even the fingers of the hands, letting those hands relax deeply as they rest on the armrest of the chair or in your lap. And bring all of your awareness, all of your attention to those hands. And as you pay attention to those hands, think of the word heavy and say to yourself, my hands are heavy. My hands are heavy. My hands are heavy. And when you say that to yourself, let your hands experience a sense of heaviness from the relaxation. My hands are heavy. My hands are heavy. My hands are heavy. So heavy that if you try to lift those hands or move those hands, they just remain right where they are. So very heavy. Now think of the word warmth. Warmth like that which might come from the sun or even from inside of the body. And as you focus on those heavy hands, let those hands also be warm, saying to yourself, my hands are warm and heavy. My hands are warm and heavy. And feel that sense of warmth. Notice it. My hands are warm and heavy. My hands are warm and heavy. And it's pretty amazing to feel that sensation of warmth in the hands and heaviness in the hands. And now move your attention to your feet. Your feet either resting on the footrest of the chair where you are or resting on the floor. As you breathe in and breathe out, bring your attention to the feet relaxing and saying to yourself, my feet are heavy, my feet are heavy, my feet are heavy. And let those feet feel a sense of heaviness. And again, think of the word warmth and say to yourself, my feet are warm. My feet are warm. My feet are warm. And notice how the feet have become both warm and heavy. Warm and heavy. Warm and heavy. And of course, you've probably also noticed that the breath has become smooth and rhythmic, and the heart rate calm and regular. It feels good to relax both body and mind. And so say to yourself, my heart rate is calm and regular. My heart rate is calm and regular. My heart rate is calm and regular. And now, like you were able to do with the hands and with the feet, bring your attention to the solar plexus, that spot deep within you where the core is, the center of gravity, the essence of life. And say to yourself, my solar plexus is warm. My solar plexus is warm. My solar plexus is warm. And feel a sense of radiant warmth through each cell of the body, each nerve and each vessel emanating from that core of your body. Breathing in, breathing out, neither trying to speed up nor slow down the breath. Simply with each breath relaxing even further. And as you breathe in and breathe out, it's perfectly okay again to adjust for comfort. It's perfectly okay to relax deeper into that chair, and it's even okay to experience sensations of warmth and heaviness that you've created. Now bring your attention to your forehead, that place on your forehead that is the center of your forehead, and think of the word cool, cool, and say to yourself, my forehead is cool. My forehead is cool. My forehead is cool. And notice, just like the feeling of warmth, you can also create a feeling of coolness in the forehead as you relax. And with each number and each breath, allow yourself to double the experience of relaxation. Never sleep, but deeper relaxed. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All the way down now, completely relaxed. You can congratulate yourself at this point. You've done great. You've learned and practiced 3 really important things. First, you've learned the art of mindfulness and redirecting your attention to your breath to help you stay in the moment. Secondly, you've learned how to create sensations from within, including warmth, heaviness, coolness, and even a smooth and rhythmic heart rate. You've done this. You have created that warmth and heaviness and coolness. We did not place a weight on the hands or feet. We did not adjust the thermostat in the room. And if you can create these sensations at any level from within, you can create any sensation from within. You can create a sensation of flow, of evacuation, of completeness, even a sensation of relief. The art of autogenic training, the purpose of this session, is to help you practice creating from within. And that is, of course, a very valuable skill for anyone with IBS. You need not be concerned with your performance today. Some people experience each of these awarenesses, warmth, coolness, heaviness, at very deep levels the very first time, and Others only experience some of the sensations at some level the first time. The goal here is to cultivate an ability to create from within. And so by continuing to this point as you have done, you've begun to cultivate these skills and will improve your abilities with each practice session. Warmth, heaviness, coolness, calmness, comfort, all leading to an ability to create flow, evacuation, completeness, comfort, and relief. Of course, the third learning of today is you have an ability to create a resource state that we call hypnosis. And so I'm going to give you a suggestion. It really isn't from me. It actually comes from you. I know this because you've purchased this program and want to experience relief at the highest level possible, and so the suggestion is simple. Each day for the next 10 days, take time to listen to this sound file in its entirety at least once a day, practicing mindfulness and autogenic training and noticing how in each and every way, each and every day, you get better and better and better. Now our time in this session is almost over. It's not quite time to open the eyes yet, but you've done a great job of learning something new. And you can allow yourself to feel good because of this new learning which you have experienced. And so in a moment, I'm going to count to 5. And when I count to the number 5, it'll be at that point that you will open your eyes, refreshed, invigorated, and